Welcome to a special edition of Chuck Eats KC. In this special video, the first of two parts, I will be looking at Kansas City's barbecue tradition. In this video, I will be talking about Kansas City barbecue restaurants and meat-oriented restaurants that may be of interest to those of you who are attending the NFL Draft or who are visiting the Kansas City area. The second part of this series, I will be looking at other food and dining choices around Kansas City, doing a little quick overview. Kansas City is known around the world for its signature barbecue. It's the home of the annual American Royal World Series of Barbecue, the largest barbecue competition in the world. The city often produces cooks and pitmasters that win competitions around the world. A lot of these cooks and fans of barbecue go on to start their own barbecue restaurants here, food trucks, and also participate in events. The Kansas City take on barbecue sauce, what is it? Well, you could characterize Kansas City barbecue sauce as being a thick, sweet sauce derived from brown sugar, molasses, and tomatoes. Kansas City style usually incorporates many different types of meat, but the process usually involves a slow smoke method. Burnt ends are a style that has grown in popularity in recent decades. So there are around 20 plus barbecue restaurants within 5 miles of Union Station. If you're at the NFL Draft or any other kind of event downtown, there are a lot of barbecue restaurants that are within driving distance, somewhere on public transportation, or you can take a taxi. There are also dozens of barbecue restaurants, trucks, and other things around the Kansas City metro area. If we're going to talk about Kansas City barbecue, the first place to start off with is the famous Arthur Bryant's barbecue, which is located a couple miles east of Union Station in the Jazz District on 18th or 19th and Brooklyn. Arthur Bryant's has been around since 1940. It's located near where the old municipal stadium stood. Many years ago, that was the home of the Kansas City Royals, the Kansas City A's, and the Kansas City Chiefs back in the 60s and the first couple years of the 70s before the current Truman Sports Complex was built in the early 70s. Back in those days, I was a kid and may have been taken by Arthur Bryant's by my father, who liked to stop by like many other people did and pick up some barbecue from Arthur Bryant's and then take it up the hill to the ballpark to catch the Chiefs game or the Royals game. Arthur Bryant's is known for its barbecue sandwiches and meat by the pound. Gates and Sons is another Kansas City area barbecue institution with 6 area locations around the metro area. There are 2 or 3 within a couple miles of Union Station in central Kansas City. Gates and Sons has a variety of items on the menu. Their barbecue sauce is noteworthy because it does not contain molasses. Gates and Sons has things like burnt ends on a hoagie. Entrees include slab, center cut, short end, long end, cuts of meat. I got chicken, sausage on the menu, mutton, and for dessert you can get yammer pie. Jack Stack Barbecue has 6 area locations, including one in the Crossroads, actually right behind Union Station. They also have a location on the Country Club Plaza and one out in Martin City. If you're staying in southern Kansas City, make sure to check out the Martin City location. Jack Stack Barbecue features sandwiches such as the Southern Jack, which is a pulled pork sandwich, the Poor Russ chopped burnt ends. It has family-style Q. It has all kinds of shareables. Barbecue entries include burnt ends. You have beef, pork, or sausage, different types of sliced meat. They got wings, a barbecue stuffed potato. Wow, just an incredible selection of barbecue and sides. Slaps Barbecue is a more recent barbecue restaurant that's located on Central Avenue in Kansas City, Kansas, pretty close to downtown. It is very popular. There's like a line out the door. They have things like the Cattleman's Plate, which is beef, brisket, burnt ends, and a beef pole sausage. They got 3 little pigs, which includes 2 ribs, pulled pork, and jalapeno cheddar sausage. So they have a lot of combos, burnt end, brisket combos. They have sandwiches, a variety of pulled pork sandwiches. You can get meat by the pound. They have ribs. They got ribs dinners. They have a rib plates and all the sides and all the atmosphere of hanging out on their really beautiful, really cool patio. My father's 90, and his favorite barbecue place currently is Slaps. Q39 has 2 area locations, and it describes itself as Kansas City's chef-driven championship barbecue. Several options include the certified Angus beef brisket with smoked brisket, burnt ends, classic barbecue sauce. They have a judge's plate, pork ribs, sliced brisket, pulled pork, smoked chicken. They have pork belly appetite. They have some pork belly dishes, including a smoked pork banh mi, which is a grilled pork belly, pulled pork, and spicy mayo Asian slaw. They have interesting sides like barbecue nachos, spiced onion straws, bacon-wrapped shrimp. They have specialty sandwiches like a smoked beef brisket dip, pit master brisket, and they also have brisket burgers. Joe's Kansas City Barbecue is known as the barbecue restaurant that's in a gas station located in Kansas City, Kansas. They have barbecue sandwiches, including pulled pork, smoked turkey, smoked ham, beef brisket, and the Smoky Joe. They also offer barbecue dinners, specialty sandwiches like the Rocket Pig, Carolina pork sandwiches, they have Hog Heaven. One of the popular sandwiches at Joe's Kansas City Barbecue is their Z-Man sandwich, which is a slow-smoked beef biscuit with smoked provolone cheese and topped with crispy onion rings on a toasted Kaiser roll. So check that out. If you find yourself in the historic Westport district, which is the home of dozens of bars and restaurants, I would recommend visiting the Char Bar in Westport if you're looking for barbecue and a place to hang out with family and friends. They have an outdoor beer garden which includes picnic tables, a fire pit, bocce court, cornhole, and lots of other fun things. The Char Bar has a variety of smoked meats. Check out their signature trays, such as the naked burnt ends. There's also the whole hog, the Holy Trinity, which includes 3 rib bones, black Angus brisket, burnt ends. They got other types of wings and ribs specials. For sandwiches, check out their pickled pig, which is a pulled pork butt, creamy slaw, pickles, and an egg bun. They have a brisket cheesesteak, which is a chopped brisket with Gouda schmear, melted provolone, and caramelized onions. They also have other things on the grill, such as a campfire salmon. The Kansas City metro area has dozens of other barbecue restaurants and meat-oriented establishments. There is also, in the Northland, you can find Hog Jaw Q and Brew, F325 BBQ, which I believe is a fairly new one. In Midtown, there is the Chef J Barbecue, Kobe Q, Pollo Barbecue in Kansas City, Kansas. There's Woodyard Barbecue in Kansas City, Kansas. In the Kansas City, Kansas area, there's Rosedale Barbecue, Big Q Barbecue, Woodyard Barbecue, and as I mentioned earlier, Joe's Kansas City Barbecue. If you are interested in getting some Kansas City steak, well, there are quite a few options for Kansas City steak lovers, including the Golden Ox, the historic Golden Ox, in the West Bottoms district of Kansas City, Missouri, located about a mile west of downtown. The Golden Ox has the Kansas City strip steak, which evidently was started at the Golden Ox, the historic Golden Ox. If you find yourself in southern Kansas City, or if you want to make a destination to one of Kansas City's famous steak places, I recommend Jess and Jim's Steakhouse in Martin City. Jess and Jim's features a filet of beef steak. They have a luncheon strip steak, luncheon ribeye. They have different steak burgers and sandwiches. You get a prime French dip. You get a pork tenderloin. They also have several dinner specials, including a pork tenderloin dinner and a ground beef steak dinner. Kansas City also has a growing number of specialty butcher shops, which feature gourmet sandwiches and other food options. In the city market, which is located on the streetcar line just north of downtown Kansas City, you can find Pigwich. Pigwich features an outdoor seating area where you can eat your food and watch the people down in the market and watch the streetcar go by. Their menu specialties include a classic burger, which is a 6-ounce Angus beef patty with American cheese, the Barbeque, the Pigwich, which is a pulled pork sandwich with provolone cheese, slaw, and barbecue sauce. They also have the cornflake fried chicken. Meet Mitch Barbecue is a newer barbecue and sandwich restaurant located in Leawood. They have the brisket smash burger, which is double-deck patties on a potato bun. And they have Q to go. They have meat by the pound. They have house smoked sausage. They've got pork butt, smoked turkey, black Angus brisket, burnt ends. They've got stuff on the bone, and you can get all their sides to go. If you have a vegetarian or vegan with you, like myself, one of my favorite vegetarian barbecue options is the jackknife sandwich at the Char Bar. The jackknife is smoked jackfruit, melted provolone, sliced avocado, fried jalapenos, and on an egg bun. Over at Q39, I've enjoyed their barbecue veggie burger, which comes with onion straws. And I've heard a lot about the Portobello Z-Man sandwich at Joe's Kansas City. That is a mushroom-based veggie burger. What is your favorite place for Kansas City barbecue? Where do you drag visiting relatives and out-of-town guests for the Q? Please share in the comments below. Stay tuned for the second installment of this special NFL Draft dining guide about Kansas City. In part 2, I'll be looking at other great dining options around the metro area. If you liked this video and want to stay up to date on dining and food in the Kansas City area, please subscribe below. You can follow all of my writing about Kansas City food at my Chuck Eats KC blog and website. That's chuckeatskc.com. I also have a regular Substack newsletter and a podcast. My socials, including Instagram and TikTok, are listed below.